If you're watching this, chances are you want to build generational wealth. And here's some truth. Rich kids aren't born smarter, they're just born with a different set of skills and beliefs. And there is some pretty good news here. You can also learn the same skills and have the same beliefs in order to create yourself some financial freedom. So let's dig deep here, yeah? First off, you can't hate money. If you despise the rich or you despise money, then how can you expect money to come to you? And how can you expect to work hard enough to receive the amount of money that these rich people receive? A lot of you have grown up where you're told that rich people are greedy or bad and that money is scarce and hard to come by. Now, if you carry that belief with you as you get older, then money will avoid you and you will find money very hard to get. Rich families will teach their kids differently. They teach them that money is everywhere and that creating something of value is worth a reward. That's the foundation of capitalism. You give someone something of value, they give you money in return, both parties walk away happy. Think of it like when you buy some shoes. You walk away happy because you got a good pair of shoes, you say thank you, the person selling you the shoes says thank you, they've made a customer, they've got some money, you've got the shoes, you both separate happier. And that's what money really is. More chances to have a win-win situation in your life. But here's where a lot of people go wrong. They start chasing this passive income way too early. They just want to sit on the beach sipping cocktails while the money rolls in. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. It always has to start with you getting active income. What is active income? Active income is you actively doing something for the income. You are putting in the work, you're grinding, you're figuring things out, you're building a business and you're building that income to come to you. You're working like a slave. And yes, the more this goes on and the better you get, this is when some of that income will start to become passive income, but you cannot skip the active part first. You must always start with active income and it will turn slowly into passive income. And this brings me to one of the most powerful beliefs that wealthy people pass on down. Radical responsibility. We need to start getting used to thinking in a way of, it's my fault. Because let's face it, even if it isn't your fault, you're on your own in this world. And if it's not your fault, it's still your problem. And if it's your problem, you are the one that has to solve the problem in order to get the success. So in reality, that problem is now beckoning on you and it is your fault. If it's not your fault, it is still your fault. So blaming the economy, blaming the government, blaming your upbringing is not going to help change anything. You must take responsibility of your life. And this is the mind shift that will help you create generational wealth. And once you can accept this, the next step is to think, what problem in the world can I solve? Poor people are taught that you must get a job and you must work and build and save and buy a house and all this jargon, but you want to find a problem in the world that you can solve. Why? Because solving big problems equals big income. And this is why rich families push their kids to get into high value markets, not just go and get a normal job. This leads me to another issue in the world. A lot of tough going families teach their kids that you can save your way to wealth. This is not the case. If you make $30,000, $40,000 a year, you could save almost all of that money and you will still not generate wealth. Wealthy families tend to try and get more high value income. They will risk more. They will try and 10x their income. And once they can do that, that's when saving money and investing money becomes a whole lot easier and a whole lot more powerful. And how do you build your income? You buy skills. Skills are the best investment you can make because not only do they pay themselves back time and time again, they pay you for life and they can never be taken away. Once you've learnt those skills, they are with you forever now. So if you can buy skills in a high market value, then those skills will pay their way forward over and over again, and you'll have those skills forever. And you can learn more skills on top of those skills, and it's compounding. It's almost like compounding interest. You're compounding skill upon a skill, and now you have the skill set to build wealth. Now, while you're building these skills and you're building that income, there's one thing that you must always protect, and that's your reputation. Reputation is like trust. You build it in drops, but you will lose it in buckets. Money lost can always be made back, but if you lose your reputation, then it's gone. And it's very hard to earn back a good reputation if all of these high value markets know that you have a bad reputation. And this is where wealthy families succeed. They teach their kids to think long, to prioritize relationships and credibility, not just the quick cash. And then once you do build a really solid reputation, here's the trick. You have to learn to buy time, not stuff. The rich outsource their tasks and jobs and the stuff that eat up hours. They outsource that to others, so they buy more time. Because everybody trades their time for money. But the question is, what's your time worth? But even if you nail all of these things, your environment will either hold you back or propel you forward. This is why rich people are always in tune with who their kids are hanging around and who they associate themselves with, because you are the same as the 4 people you hang around. If you hang around 4 drop kicks and lazy people, you'll become the 5th drop kick and the 5th lazy person. If you hang around like-minded individuals who want to shoot for more and prioritize their time to move the needle and create wealth, then you will be the 5th person that ends up with generational wealth. And finally, here's one of the simplest but most powerful lessons. Rich families raise the minimum standards. They do not settle for low-end deals. They do not settle for low moving needles or low market breaks. They only prioritize the high risk, high investment and outcome ideas. This mindset alone keeps them playing at the highest level. So here's the big picture. Respect money as a tool, focus on active income before chasing passive, take ultimate responsibility of your life and your decisions, solve high value problems, invest in your skills, not just your savings, protect your reputation, buy back your time, and surround yourself with the people that you want to become. And these are the beliefs and practices that build generational wealth. They're not secrets, but hardly any people do it. So the question is, will you? If you liked this video, sub to the YouTube channel. And if you want more in-depth information that I don't show on YouTube, sign up to the mailing list. I send out emails every single week. Thanks for sticking around and watching. I hope you enjoyed.